It's 9:23. Welcome back to Daybreak. Okay, time for a push for positivity. I'll keep it real. We can all relate to how hard it's been to stay upbeat the last 5 months. We all have our moments, but Andy Bookmeyer is here from Indianapolis Moms with a reminder that these are two things I love. You can control your attitude and your effort. And that's the message you have in your post today and our conversation here. You have questions that we could all ask ourselves to kind of keep this in check.
Thank you for having me again, by the way.
So happy to have you. Good to see you in person, yes.
Well, yes, there are 5 questions that I suggest in my blog that we ask each other, or ask yourselves actually, every day. And the first one is, how am I staying connected? And I think this one's really important because we need to make sure that we're reaching out to our friends and family, that we're cultivating our relationships. And a lot of people are working from home right now, so they need people to lean on, and then vice versa. You know, they need to know we're there for them, but we need to know they're there for us as well. So I write about how reciprocity is so important, and that when everybody stays positive and stays in touch, it's a win-win.
When so much of what we considered normal was stripped from our daily lives and routines in March, and now here we are all these months later, it is really evident that it's helpful to have a schedule and to have things in line, and that's one of the things you're asking too.
Yeah, and there's just more of a sense of accomplishment when we can like check things off of our to-do list, when we're taking care of our hygiene. You know, I see it on social media and it is funny, but it does help you to stay in a positive mindset when you are showered, when you are sticking to your schedule, and just staying equipped to maintain that more positive mindset.
Maybe get dressed in what might be more common for you. I think I was counting 8 or 9 weeks that I did not wear jeans once. I would work in whatever I came into work in, and then it was yoga pants the rest of the day. This is something that has honestly kept me sane, is keeping track of your body and fueling yourself and getting exercise.
Yeah, so my number 3 question was, how am I moving my body today, and how am I fueling my body? Both are so important. We have to nourish both. And so whether, you know, for moving our body, not everybody wants to do high intensity, and that's okay. There's a niche that everybody can fill. So that's what I want to let people know. There's not a one-size-fits-all for exercise. Just breathe and move, you know, whether it's yoga or taking your dog for a walk, or breathing and doing meditation, or, you know, stretching outside and watching the sunrise. There's a way for all of us to get moving, to get those endorphins released, and it's going to help us not only physically but mentally. And then fueling our body, you know, just making sure we're getting enough water. A lot of people, you know, maybe perhaps are not hydrated as well as they could be, so we need to be getting half of our body weight in ounces of water each day, and getting those 5 cups of fruits and vegetables, and just trying to fuel ourselves in the best way possible. But I will say, I did put a note in my blog, we have to give ourselves some grace. A lot of us are really hard on ourselves, and we just have to try to be consistent, and that's the key. And we can't always be perfect. We're human. It's not always going to be perfect. So just keeping that train on the tracks as much as possible, and ultimately just giving ourselves the best possibility to stay positive. If we feel good, if we're breathing and moving and eating good things, we're going to feel better.
Unfortunately, this is such a great topic, and I'm loving it so much that we've run out of time. There are 2 more questions that Andy has that you need to go online and look into all of this. It's, how can I laugh or play today? That's a good one to ask. And what am I grateful for today? So you have some tips and advice and perspective for that, all online with Indianapolis Moms. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks again for having me.
Hopefully everyone's in a little better mood and thinking more positively.
I hope
just
so.
after this
Smile.
moment, right?
Yeah.
Scott, how you doing? Smiling?